well guys, welcome back. Today we're joined here by Paavo, Shooya, who is a photographer. Morning.
Morning, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Very good.
Thank you for joining us this morning. So what made you get into the photography business?
I don't really take a decision based off any reason. I just started doing it. And I fell in love with it. I didn't do it as a decision.
Okay, just the passion and the love for it.
Yeah, I didn't actually know I was going to be here.
Okay, so what type of photography are you into?
I cover all sort of photography, from fashion, family, maternity, corporate. Yeah, quite dynamic. We don't just focus on something specific.
So you mentioned that you're self-taught, like you watch a lot of YouTube videos.
Not really, not like a lot of YouTube videos, but I buy workshops.
Okay.
Yeah, so there are professional photographers out there who offer workshops that you can actually buy, and then it's sort of like a virtual class.
Interesting. So out of all the gadgets you bought, are there any you wish you never bought?
No, not really. I always try to buy something which is necessary.
So then where do you buy your gadgets?
It really depends. Sometimes some gadgets you need to use them on an emergency situation. So you're mostly likely to buy them in here, but for a very expensive price. Other than that, we always get our supplies from South Africa.
Okay. So you mentioned you do use workshops to educate yourself more. So apart from the workshops, what else do you do to keep on the lookout or to be always updated on the new things that's going on?
I mean, workshops are mostly just to guide you what everyone is doing, but as a photographer, you need your own signature. So that gives you time. I mean, in the end, you can get taught what is what and what not, but you can't actually be taught to have a signature as a photographer. So this, you spending time as a photographer actually teaches you. I mean, there aren't really other new things. Yeah, it's not quite complex. So I feel like if you experience being a photographer, then you'll know what things you need to know.
Interesting. So how will someone know that, oh, Paavo shot that? What's your signature style?
That's quite really hard to actually answer, because I don't actually look at it with a person that who didn't actually with a photographer's eye. I mean, I look at it with a photographer's eye, because when I shoot an image, I'm just creating images. So they can actually be of different looks and feels, different lighting setups. But I feel like my audience can actually maybe relate to that question more than I am.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's a saying, you know your face. I mean, people know your face more than you know yourself. So it's mostly like that. So I don't really know what they look at that actually directs them to.
So what's been the best work you've done that you're proud of? You don't have any favorites?
Every one of them.
Oh.
Yeah.
So there's none where it's oh.
Yeah. There is a late photographer by the name Peter Lindenberg. Lindsay Adler, she's a fashion portrait photographer. Jeremy Kramer, he's more like a lifestyle photographer. I mean, I'm inspired by different photographers from different aspects, and that's why I try to get inspiration from all these people and actually join it into one.
Okay, so what does a typical day for you as a photographer look like? If you can just when you wake up.
I mean, it's you waking up if you have early appointments, and that means shooting. So you wake up, start shooting. If you're not having any early appointments, you wake up, start retouching, Yeah, so it's always either retouching or the other way around.
So
Shooting.
how long does retouching take in a day? How long will you spend on retouching images?
That basically depends on the type of images you are retouching at that particular moment. So it can be, some images require very minimal retouching. But if you're, let's say, doing a beauty portrait, you can spend however time you want to. Yeah, it's more like an artwork. So if you're doing a painting that like takes you 100 hours, then that will determine how perfect it will be. So sometimes an image can take me 2 days to finally put through post-production.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what is one thing you wished you knew before, getting into this industry as photography? Something you knew you hope to know sooner before getting into the industry?
I'm afraid I'll say nothing.
Nothing? Okay. Confident man in his work. Love to see it. So when you have your shoots, what's one thing that's very important that should be there?
When you're shooting, right?
Yeah.
Light.
Lighting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if you're in a dark room, you can't take any picture.
True. So apart from photography, what do you get up to when you're not editing pictures or retouching or you're busy on shoots? What do you get up to in your free time?
I probably spend my time, most of the times I'll probably be getting inspirations for shoots and also just spending time in the studio figuring out different lighting setups. Or if I probably just have to unwind, then I'll probably have a drink, step out. Yeah, basically that.
Interesting. So like when you, you've worked with several people, so you come across different personalities, and some people can be very difficult.
Yeah.
How do you really work with people that are difficult? How do you handle that challenge? How do you overcome it?
Just accept whatever they say you are. So if the person is being difficult, obviously there is a reason. And the way to actually solve that is you just accepting. If they're claiming you to making a mistake, accept and find a solution. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what are some of the criteria, qualities needed for someone that wants to become a photographer? Does this person need patience?
Yeah, patience and discipline.
Patience and discipline.
Yeah.
So is it only photography that you're just now focusing on, or are you also planning on moving into film or videography?
I feel like our clientele right now doesn't allow us to focus on any other, especially specifically for me. It doesn't allow me to step my feet in another sector because I'll probably have too much on my plate that I won't be able to eat. So
like
I'm sticking to photography
for now. Okay. So how is the photography industry here in Namibia? How would you say it has grown?
I mean, like it has grown really. Like there's quite a lot of competition right now, which is a good thing because it allows people to actually put in more effort. In terms of like clientele and any other, whether it's like how well commissioned the photography industry, I mean it's good, it's fair, I should say. Yeah, but depending on who you are as a photographer, I can't say the same for any other photographer out there because I'm not so sure what they experience. But for us, I feel like we have created like at least a brand over the past 7 years that actually make things a bit easier for us. Yeah.
Interesting. Well, guys, we have come to the end of speaking to Mr. Paavo Shooya. the photographer. So for anyone that's watching and wants to become a photographer, what word of advice would you give them?
Just don't sleep and learn. You'll learn it very fast.
Yeah. Put in the hard work, be patient and disciplined. Well, Paavo, thank you for joining us.
Thank you too.
Wish you nothing but the best with your journey.
Thank you.
All right, guys, stay tuned. We are not done yet. Let's wait for the next profile.